Welcome to Chit Chat with Rick and Pat, part of the eFlexonics Podcast Network. Our podcast show is dedicated to you, the computer user. Want to know how to reorganize your office? We can help. Need assistance putting together a fitness and nutrition program specific to a computer user's unique requirements? We've got that too, as well as many more articles, interviews, adventures, and great advice for the user of technology. Thanks for stopping by. Rick and Pat. Okay, so now, welcome back to Chit Chat with Rick and Pat. We were going to go out tonight to you are invited to the public forum being held by Michael Sather, MLA, for Maple Ridge, BC, on the health effects of wireless technologies, specifically Wi-Fi and cell towers. Now, I did a blog. Go ahead, I did a blog a little while ago with these people, and they're called, what are they called? Citizens for Safe Technology. Really nice people. And we're going to be working with them more in the future about the dangers of Wi-Fi and the effects it has on the human body. So this evening, Patricia, what do we have in front of us here?
Linguine with asparagus, and the sauce is made with tomatoes, olive oil, lemon zest, salt, pepper, tarragon.
We got it out of this book, right?
Yeah.
Linguine and tarragon vegetables out of the, Simply Vegetarian book. And you've made this is the third time you've made it for us now. I love it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have any of the thick, heavy, meat-laden sauces that can bog down your digestive system, right?
Right.
This is very, very good. Really, really good. So let's taste, and let's not forget about the wine. Where's my wine? I forgot my wine. Okay, I got my wine. Not only is this a food show for the computer users, it's a little bit of a wine show too. Now, I am drinking Hardy's Stamp of Australia. Good wine, hey? Mm-hmm. I love this. Nicely chilled in the refrigerator for a little while.
I don't like white wine, but it's good for you.
Well, see, I have gout, so I can't have red wine. And you are enjoying a glass of Yellowtail Shiraz, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, we were scoping out our first show. We were saying, does the computer user need a specific diet? And we said they did. Now, I was doing some research on the internet, and here they came across an article. What is the healthy diet for the computer user? Interesting. So there's a need out there. There's question marks out there that haven't been addressed yet, because sitting in front of the computer does delete certain vitamins, minerals, a whole bunch of stuff from our diet that other jobs don't do, right?
You're in front of electricity all the time.
Well, see, that's part of it. That's a part of it. It's certainly a part of it. That you are near a lot of electromagnetic pollution. So now we should dig deep and some experts and do some research to find out what foods would replenish. I mean, what's the effect of electromagnetic pollution? We don't know exactly, so we'll bring some folks into the program, eFlexonics, and find out. Well, here's to a wonderful, and I love this. Now, there's something different about the noodles as well, right?
I combine different ones. So one is whole wheat linguine, and the other one is spinach.
So you put them together.
Yeah.
Now, here's the whole premise of this podcast show, this video podcast show. No matter what you put in your body, no matter what you put in your mouth for as far as food and nutrition, you can always make a healthier choice, right? Mm-hmm. So instead of having normal spaghetti, linguine, we're having healthier linguine. Mm-hmm. Instead of having a lot of meat, this is completely vegetarian, right?
Yes.
We're having asparagus, we're having tomatoes, we're having that, what are the spices that you put in there?
Tarragon.
Herbs?
Tarragon. And sometimes the last time I didn't have any tarragon, and so I put in rosemary and basil. And one time I didn't have asparagus, so I put in beans.
That was good.
Green beans. One time I didn't have Asiago cheese, so I put in Parmesan. So you can just switch it about.
Didn't the cat get up on the windowsill and eat some of the herbs that you were going to use? Which herbs were those?
My cilantro.
Cilantro. So here's the thing. Now, let me read while we're enjoying our dinner, let me read for you a little bit of an excerpt on what is the healthy diet for the computer user. So it says, healthy eating or attempting to eat healthily. Healthily? Is that even a word? It's there.
Healthfully.
Healthily. Healthily is in fashion again. Everyone talks about organic food and fruits and vegetables. This is a good thing, especially if we expect to live healthy younger generations to take care of us when we grow old. If the coming generation is all sick, there will be no one to take care of mom, dad, and the grandparents. This issue is especially pressing in today's world of overexposure to environmental toxins from computer use. There we go. So it just reinforces our issue. Workplace environmental, chemical, and industrial pollution, and so on. They didn't even mention the electromagnetic pollution. Many of these issues are not within the control of the average person. However, there is one in which many of us can exercise control. We can at least control what we put in our mouths in most cases. Today's work, school, and home environments are computer intensive. That automatically exposes us to many artificial toxins, creating stress in our bodies that specific nutrients are needed to handle. That is exactly our point. I learned all this the hard way when I fell dangerously ill. One of the contributing factors was that I had not been properly eating for the replenishment of particular nutrients, heavily dependent by my computer use extensive work, even though I was a healthy eater, eating mainly organic food. So that's fascinating. A fact of life is, though, that our bodies are created to self-repair. The repair function will not kick in unless all the requirements of the repair kit are put in place. Each item is in the exact configuration scripted in the code of the repair kit. Now she's talking like a propeller head, like a programmer. When I used to fix computers, we used to affectionately call those programmers propeller heads because they were doing code and we were doing hardware break fix. That's good. Very fresh, So as we move deeper into this video podcast series, we're going to give more information. But for the first couple of shows, it's introducing ourselves to the audience, showing we're sitting down in front of the kitchen table, enjoying a meal, and we're suggesting, hey, you can, whatever you're going to eat, there's a healthier choice. And you are a tremendous label watcher. So lots of times when we prepare the food, we will also read the label and start comparing. Because I did not know. Remember one time we went down to Costco and I was going to buy a pepperoni stick? And there was like 23% sodium.
Yeah.
And people
crazy.
live on these things.
I know. It's crazy.
People absolutely. Remember that we were watching television last week when there was discovered that there was a woman in Texas, I think. She ordered a pizza every day, right? With a can of Coke. And that's all she lived on for like 3 years. Now that kind of diet is going to eventually take its toll. Especially if you're a computer user. So I think the lack of nutrition in your diet, the lack of exercise in your lifestyle, and the lack of balance for a computer user really brings on a whole set of interesting and unique challenges that are specific to people that have to work in and with and around technology. I'm really excited about this Ridge Meadows Center. You know that the Citizens for Safe Technology Society, they're asking the government to take out the wireless computers, the wireless infrastructures, and hardwiring the computers because they're claiming that it's making people sick. Now, let's equate that to people that, how many people do you know that will go out of their way and to buy a house underneath a high voltage power line?
Nobody.
Not many people. And even though there's not dramatic proof showing 100% that it is bad for you, we always want to err on the side of caution. Because you can hear that electricity streaming out of those high voltage tension lines. It's not good. Okay, so I like this.
I should make it for Saturday. When the kids move.
When the kids move? You know what? I think that would be a good idea. Now, what kind of other vegetables could you use in place of asparagus?
Anything green. Well, I mean, I don't know, green beans and asparagus are what I use. I'd have to...
Meat. Could you put a healthy meat in here? Chicken?
I wouldn't put meat in it.
Kind of spoil it?
Yeah. I mean, people that want meat, they usually have a spaghetti sauce with meat.
You prefer to have... Well, this is so clean. You feel... It's like sushi. When you eat this type of recipe, you feel so clean after, and you're not as full. Because when you eat a lot of meat in the recipes, your stomach has to work hard on digesting that meat. Right?
And I put a little bit of extra, like it, when it calls for only half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of lemon zest. Well, I put the lemon zest of a whole lemon in there because I like the flavor that it brings out.
You know, I like that when you zest. Oh my goodness. The flavor is so powerful and so, it's actually right on the tip of your tongue, and it's exciting because you think, what is that flavor? I haven't tasted that before.
The sauce, and there's no cooking involved in the sauce. Just so I cut up my asparagus, and then I put the and leave it in a bowl, set it aside, and then when I cook my linguine, and then at the very end of the linguine, then I throw the asparagus in the same pot as linguine, and then I just let it cook for a minute or two, and then I drain it.
So like 20 minutes from top to bottom for everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's something that someone can get home, they're in a rush, they've got all the ingredients, it doesn't take it long to put it together.